So for me, self-care means looking after yourself, valuing yourself, loving yourself, being patient with yourself, working out, physically keeping fit, and mentally keeping fit, keeping your mind sharp and focused, and doing some self-reflection, and being patient with yourself. So understanding that we are all human and we make mistakes. It's about how we self-reflect and grow from those mistakes. So doing some personal development, as setting yourself some goals that you want to achieve, and then sticking to those goals. But even if you don't achieve them, but just understanding that you can always get back on track and go easy on yourself. Just don't put too much pressure on yourself. So just valuing yourself, and also ensuring that other people value you and value your time, your space, and value the boundaries that you choose to put in place for yourself. So just, yeah, for me, that's what it is. So thank you. Bye bye.
What does self-care and self-love mean to me? To me, it means giving myself grace. Often I find as women, we tend to take on a lot of responsibility. We very rarely, or we don't like to say no. We're often people pleasers. And then when it comes time for us to do something for ourselves, we often feel guilty about it. But actually, no, that doesn't serve anybody, because when you are tired and exhausted and take the time only when you're sick, you don't really serve anybody else. So my advice when it comes to self-love and what I do for myself, so I do give myself grace because we get things wrong, but more importantly, on the days I don't feel like it where I can, I will sleep in that bit later. The housework can get done another day. I will have the ice cream I shouldn't have had, because you know what, so long as I'm breathing the next day, I won't have the ice cream the next day. And I will give myself grace. Sometimes I won't answer the phone, sometimes I watch TV all day because or all evening because I don't want to. So I think as individuals, give yourself a break, give yourself some grace. If things go wrong, start again tomorrow. But take the time to love yourself. Love yourself for who you are. We are all individually beautiful. And if you take the time to rest, treat yourself, you realize just how special you are actually to yourself.
To me, self-love is more so about dismantling shame. It is a daily practice of reminding myself in moments of doubt and struggle that shame is a belief, not an emotion, and that I am deserving of care, compassion, and kindness. Self-love is a promise I make to myself to allow myself the space to feel my emotions without intellectualizing them, numbing myself, or distracting myself, to nurture my inner child and honor my true self through play and guilt-free rest and joy, and also to be seen and held by my loved ones and to accept their love and care as something I'm deserving of. Self-love is a commitment to the lengthy journey of discovering who I truly am and building the bridges needed to become my own best friend again.
Self-care for me is going to bed early. It's waking up a bit earlier so I can have some time to myself before my daughter wakes up and starts demanding my attention. It's stretching in the mornings and fitting exercise into my schedule and still being kind to myself when I don't have the energy for it sometimes. It's honouring how I feel, sitting with how I feel without judgment and acting accordingly. It's making sure my home is tidy and seeing the constant chores as a privilege rather than a bother. It's nurturing my perspective to be a cushion of positivity rather than aligning with a harsher reality. Self-care to me is soaking in the bath, sometimes with a book, a show, some music, or silence. Self-care to me is taking the time to cream my body after and massage my face. Self-care for me is spending time with loved ones. Self-care is keeping my word to myself so that I can show myself I can be trusted. It's about building a relationship with myself, getting to know myself and what I like and dislike, and honouring that. Honouring myself with the environments I stay in, how I treat myself externally and internally, because I am more than one.
Hi, my name is Anne. So It's just a message about self-love. I feel you need to love yourself first before you expect others to love you. For me, what I see as self-love is I have the self-awareness. I have a really good self-awareness of myself. I am so cool. I am so dope. I am beautiful. I'm fly. I'm a good catch. I don't really care about what the world's perception of beauty is, as long as I know I am beautiful. I like the fact that I am a safe person, and I am a safe person for people to converse and communicate with. I'm very comfortable with being safe for others, and it's just loving yourself. Love yourself, treat yourself, be selfish with yourself. If not, how do you expect others to love you? Happy Valentine's, everyone.
Self-love and self-care is about putting myself first without feeling guilty and choosing the things that generally make me happy. It's about listening to my body. It's about setting healthy boundaries and making time for the things that I genuinely love doing. That could be going to a shopping centre, doing my nails, reading a book, or even taking a nap. So self-care and self-love means treating myself with the same kindness and care I would give to others.
Hey beautiful ladies, I hope you're all okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about self-care and self-love. So self-love is I matter. Self-care is I'm going to take care of myself. Self-love is a way you relate to yourself. It's about accepting who you are and valuing your worths and treating yourself with kindness. It's also about setting boundaries to protect your time, energy, as well as your well-being. Whereas self-care is getting enough sleep, eating nourished food, exercising. This could be at home or at the gym, and taking breaks when you're starting to feel overwhelmed. Spending time with people that are supportive, and it's all about just generally taking care of your mental health, your physical self, and as well as your beautiful self.
Self-care. What is self-care to me? Self-care is showing up for myself, loving myself, understanding how I'm feeling, and connecting with my emotions. Because if I don't care for myself, I will get burnt out. And a lot of women tend to feel guilty for taking time out, whether that's 30 minutes, 1 hour, even a day to yourself. We shouldn't have to feel guilty for caring about ourselves. When times are hard, we tend to feel guilty and feel a lot of pain. But sometimes it's nice to sit back, reflect on how we feel, and remind ourselves it's okay not to be okay. So I believe self-care is very important.
So self-care for me comes out of self-love. As an individual, I'm not able to love members of my family, my friends, my work colleagues, if I don't love myself first. I've got to love me, and then I can love others, because whether I like it or not, I treat others the way I treat myself. So I've got to love my neighbor the way I love myself. So self-love, self-care is about loving me first before I can love anyone else.